What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, we are getting some small victories today with the ongoing conflict of Void Sling versus Old Void Dash. So we'll go over that, basically an apology letter from DE on some of the bugs of this update, and we'll also talk about these new incarnon weapons coming out in the future as well, because we have confirmation those are on the way. Will be an official dev post from DE. But before we get into it, make sure you're subbed to the channel. I really appreciate all the new subs coming in here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. We've also got a live stream channel on the screen as well. I will be live later tonight for some Warframe Inaros build crafting. And no, I'm not joking. Alright, so the forum post we have today, it's going to be... So they didn't change the Void Sling today, but they're going to be changing it in the future. That's basically what this is going over. And we'll talk about what they're committing to changing, because... It's honestly going to be very similar to Void Dash, it seems, at this point. Because if you remember, we had a Void Sling speed change last week to make it faster, and now they're going to be adding actually directional Void Sling. So let's go over what we have here. Alright, we're going to read it verbatim for the most part. Hello, Tenno. It's been almost 2 weeks since the Angels of Zariman came on all the platforms, and you were stuck in the elevator for about 2 days. The team has deployed 6+ hotfixes, and you're still in the elevator. But now that you're out of the elevator finally after the 7th hotfix, what's next? Well, these individual hotfixes were needed to fix the elevator because it was a broken elevator. We have a larger plan committed to addressing bigger bugs than just the elevator in our next major update. Titled Angels of the Zariman 1.1, The Elevator Within, final name pending, we would also like to apologize for the frustrations many of these elevator bugs have caused our community. Much has been taken into account for future releases so that we may avoid bumps we saw in the initial launch. I don't really believe that. I feel like they say that every time there's an open world update, personally. I'm making these jokes about the elevator bug because this is a bug that's happened many a time, basically every open world they make. This isn't even an open world, it's a closed world or something like that. So I don't know, I don't put much stock into, we're taking this into account so we can avoid future bumps in the future, no. We will be entering console certification for 1.1. Meaning all the issues or changes from the initial Angels of the Zariman launch that required code integration will go live with this update. This includes fixes for bugs, such as the Void Plume 0 out of 8 pickup indicator, Zariman Steel Path completion inbox not being sent, and more. So, the little things they said they were fixing, they weren't actually fixed, they'll actually be fixed apparently after 1.1, whenever that comes out. What are we hard committing to for this 1.1 update? Our objective for the Angels of the Zariman Elevator Within update is to address top feedback points that require more dev time, careful consideration, and code changes to implement. So they are definitely hardcore changing stuff here, guys. I guess the Void Sling speed increase wasn't like that crazy of a thing for them to code, but it seems like they're making some big changes here since it requires, specific dev time apparently and code changes to implement. So we're not talking just like, oh yeah, make it like 20% faster. It's like, now you can void dash to the right, you can void dash to the left, because they'll talk about that here as well. In regards to Void Sling, we're experimenting with directional changes such as strafing, sideways mobility, and backwards slings to allow movement options. That is very good. We are winning. Good job, Warframe community. That is like, hey, this isn't the game I've been playing for the last 3 or 4 years. I can only dash this direction. This feels like a mobile game. Change this back, DE. They are making it work. It's like, it seems similar to the whole, maybe not entirely like the Prime Resurgence Platinum Bundle thing, but kind of similar, where it's like, they said on stream, we will not be changing it back. This is basically changing it back. It will be still slightly slower, but giving us directional, like strafe dashes, or whatever, strafe slings and backward slings. It sure does seem very similar to the old one, doesn't it? Like, what? At this point, why do we even change it? We'll see how much we're actually getting back here. From reading this description, it sounds like it's being changed back quite a bit. Let's just read this properly, though. Strafe and backward slides were tested during Void Sling's development, but at the time, we felt having similar directional control to bullet jump was important. Wait, what? That didn't make any sense. Let me make sure I read that properly. Strafe and backward slings were tested during Void Sling's development. But at the time, we felt having similar directional control to bullet jump was important. You can backflip. You know, like, it might not look like a bullet jump, but a backflip is basically a bullet jump. It's more of a roll, but that is a really, really weird way to explain that. They were thinking about giving us backwards Void Sling, but they wanted it to be like bullet jump? That makes no sense to me personally. Maybe I'm not reading it properly, but like we can I think we can void dash or bullet jump backwards. Oh no, you can't actually. You can still definitely jump backwards. That is a very weird thing that they wanted to make it as close to void or as to bullet jump as they possibly could. Weird take. I'm still holding my I still stand by my words that it was made to be limiting for mobile games personally, but you know, we'll give them the benefit. If they're gonna change it back, you know, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, great. At least we got Void Dash back in that situation. So let's finish reading this. Okay. Community feedback tells us that the more mobility options, the better, and we are working on changes that meet that desire. Additionally, we're reviewing code to resolve some transference latency issues and considering other tweaks to the operator. So, I'd like to before you get excited, before you are happy and excited on this random Wednesday, before you get any happiness, here's what the way this is worded. What are we committing to at 1.1? They are not committing to giving us transference delay remove. They are committing to reviewing if they can remove transference delay and latency, okay? That's what you need to get. You need to just get your head ready for that. If there is potential, they could not remove the transference latency that was not here before the Angels of Zariman update. Like the 1 or 2 second delay, whatever it is. They are not committing to removing that, guys. They're committing to reviewing if they want to remove that. So that is unfortunate. But hey, the way that this is going so far, we're basically getting Void Dash back as far as I'm concerned. So it might be a matter of time if they just, like, you know, maybe they took my advice. They're like, hey, you know what? Maybe we can make the mobile version have, like, the transference delay and only singular direction Void Sling. It's still going to feel similar enough to the main game. This is as fast as you can go between operator and frame now. Not really as slow as you would think, but also we're doing comparisons here to previously. So, yeah. I hope that we can get backwards Void Dash. I do miss that for normal mission gameplay. I didn't use it in like Eidolons or anything like that. I used it in normal missions. All right. Yeah, Naro's build coming out soon, by the way. All right, let's finish up this dev post because there's a little bit more in here that we haven't covered yet. Another highly discussed topic being reviewed is Eximus Overguard. We are currently experimenting and reviewing different options to address varying islands of feedback. Islands of feedback. You know, that's a good way to put this for Eximus because if you ask me, I feel like they're great. Like, I feel like they actually are enemies. It's like, whoa, that was a level like 2000, Shield Corpus Eximus MOA. That thing was a tank. Oh man, that was a exploding Grenier Eximus. That one-shot my Inaros with 10,000 health, you know? That stuff's fun to me, but also that stuff is you have to deal with that as a new player. So a new player fighting a really tanky Shield Eximus doesn't sound too fun for them. But then again, that's also part of DE not having a good tutorial in this game to tell you how to use mods properly. So you're kind of just throwing new players to the fire when you don't tell them how to mod, and you also make them fight these newly buffed Eximus. And there's also a requirement, I think it's on the Earth Junction that says kill Eximus. So they actually have to kill Eximus to get this done. To get past the first planet. So, yeah. We understand that doesn't provide too much to go off of, but please know that we're committed to making good on the feedback we've been given. Additionally, we're reviewing the possibility for new operator Arcanes that have direct interactions with Overguard, and are planning an additional Arcane slot for Amps. A second Arcane slot for Amps? That was kind of out of the blue. So so we're going to have like even more damage on Amps. You'll be able to run Virtuous Strike and Virtuous Shadow? How long until we can actually mod these things out, right? Dude, like, that's a crit chance and a crit damage mod, potentially, for your amp. And don't even forget, that's just like the most simple ones I'm thinking of. We have this one right here, giving you electric damage. You could make a viral electric amp after this change, because there's a Arcane to make your amp do viral damage. There's an amp to make it do electric damage. I think there's even one that makes it do heat damage too. It's in here. So yeah, Virtuous Forge, viral heat amp. You could do crit chance and then crit damage on your amp. That is a big change. It will make Eidolon fights probably a lot better for people that like, oh, I didn't get the crit, dang it, we lose, I didn't crit with my Propa, crap. Like, that stuff probably will still happen because of how much crit chance we have, but dang, that's really good. That's good for Steel Path, Void Cascade as well. Taking on those super Thraxy attacks, those super tanky Thrax, really, really good stuff there. So, but the only thing that is dumb is they want me to put an Operator Arcane to deal with Overguard. Thankfully, I don't even feel like I need this, so this will be for people that are like maybe mid-game players that think Eximus are too hard or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing this because like we just went over the other day. Emergence Dissipate is good enough. I'm considering it at least. I still want to use Magus Lockdown, and we only have they're not adding another mod slot for the Operator. They're adding a mod slot for the Amp. So you're still going to only have 2 choices here, it seems, which is, you have some pretty strong options. Like Repair is still really good. Like just a Dissipate, Lockdown is still really top tier. So yeah, look at this is going to have 2. This is still going to have 2. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, they said they're going to talk about this more on the dev stream 160, which I think is this Friday. Yeah, so mixed feelings on this. I don't know, like, yeah, it's going to be on March 14th. So on Friday, there will be a dev stream. They're talking about this. Not sure what the Twitch drops are on that stream. I'm guessing it'll be something terrible or worthless, but yeah, they are addressing the feedback. We are winning. We are getting basically Void Dash back. And, it will still be slower, but if I can backwards Void Dash, that's close enough for me, I'd say. Yeah, hope you guys found this update and news video helpful with my opinion sprinkled in as well. Yeah, even more power. Think of all the power creep we've gotten for the Operator recently. All these no-focus schools. Shield getting for the Operator. Base stat increases for the Operator. We're getting a second Amp Arcane slot for some reason. Like, this is some serious Operator buffs. And if you don't like using Operator, there's more and more downsides stacking up to not using the Operator as the days go by. So, yeah. I'll see you guys on Twitch later tonight. New Inaro's build video coming out soon. And yeah, I really appreciate the support, guys. We still got to get that Fenmore video out. I got a Fenmore minus crit rhythm, which should be kind of fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.